But John Fetterman seems to be one of the only Democrats who gets this, and now the pressure is starting to mount against them.
Now, as far as I'm aware, every single union that's involved in this is now demanding to us to reopen that. That's the side that I'm in through this. And now the 4 airlines are now saying, we really have to stop this right now. And why do we really want to make flying less safe by forcing this times of situation and making things that much stressed? So it's not something I support of, and I don't want to be involved. And now we can find a way forward. We need to find a way forward. And I do believe we can achieve these kinds of tax credits. And this is something I support, but it's the wrong tactic. It was wrong when the Republicans did it. It's wrong now that we seem to be driving it.
This entire shutdown has revealed to the American people the dangerous arrogance behind the Democrats' perceived moral superiority, that their self-righteousness is compelling them to force tens of millions of Americans to suffer and hundreds of millions more to be inconvenienced. They're such narcissists that they believe they're the only ones who can do the job. They're the only ones with brilliant, good ideas. And not giving them what they want and to not implement their agenda is such a catastrophic cruelty that depriving people of food and not paying federal workers is actually a kindness. This is the compassionate route. This is that world famous Democrat empathy and compassion they like to brag about. Our worldview is so perfect, so utopian, so altruistic that if people can't get that, we'll just starve them off and kill them as a mercy. And while this strategy may be appealing to the radical blue-haired angry Marxists who hate civilization and would be happy to see it all burned down, the rest of America thinks this makes Democrats look childish and incompetent, and John Fetterman realizes that.
For a Democrat, I can't imagine a more sacred part of who we fight for is people that depend on SNAP to feed themselves. I mean, if for a Democrat, we're not allowed to just open this up, I mean, then our party has bigger problems than I thought we might have already. It's like, that's not controversial. Pay everybody. And you have our workers here borrowed over $350 million to pay their own bills. Like, it's a failure. And like I said, to all of the viewers, I'm apologizing that we can't even get our together and just open up our government.
Schumer said this gets better politically every day for Democrats. What do you say to that?
Yeah, well, ask the hungry people on Saturday. It's like, that's the thing. Americans are not leverage. This is not some game show about who's winning or whatever. It's just like we have to be better than this and just open this up.
It's actually impressive that the Democrats can consistently find new ways to make themselves more unpopular. People already knew Democrats were hypocrites and liars with their "we stand with the working class" rhetoric, but now they see that they actually have contempt and hate for the working class. They say they're doing all this to protect people who might get kicked off their health care, but all they're doing is preventing anybody from having access to their government health care. And I guess their compassionate solution to people maybe losing their health care is to just preemptively starve them to death. Hey, you don't have to worry about increased health care premiums if you're dead. They have no regard for human life, and that is evident by the first clip I played you of Gavin Newsom eagerly hoping Donald Trump keels over. And again, this isn't some partisan MAGA talking point. It's just basic common sense. Why would you screw over 300 million people because you're trying to protect 10 million people from getting kicked off their government health care? Which, if I might add, nowhere in the big beautiful bill does it kick anybody off their health care. It just added work requirements, requiring that if you are able-bodied, you must work, volunteer, or go to school for 20 hours a week to be eligible for free government benefits. The only people who would be kicked off as a result of this change are people who are simply trying to do absolutely nothing, contribute absolutely nothing to society, and force the taxpayer to cover the bill for their entire lifestyle. And that is the view of the Democrat Party, or the Communist Party at this point. They are a bunch of lazy, unproductive people who have no interest in personal responsibility and taking care of their own lives. They don't want to contribute to society in any way, yet they demand and they take